Hello everyone, this is Jake from Down the Weeaboo Hole, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. The fan translation of Chapter 1008 of One Piece has just been released, and it was filled with new reveals that I can't wait to talk about. We find out who the mysterious new Oden is, we get to see Kaido's hybrid dragon form, and it turns out two characters that we thought were dead are actually alive. But before we get to that, let's begin with this week's cover story. And it has Robin helping out a horse how to fly like a Pegasus. She's using her devil fruit to give the horse wings by giving the horse a bunch of like hands that come out of it. Similar to how she does it to herself when she wants to have like angel wings to help her fly. So I think it's a pretty awesome way she's using her devil fruit to help an animal achieve its dream, I guess. Pretty awesome. And I do like Robin's outfit. It's pretty awesome as well. But let's just get straight into the chapter now. It begins where we left off with the fake Oden, and everyone's so excited to see him. We see Kinemon crying, we see Nekomamushi crying, we see Okiku crying. Like we as readers know that this can't be Oden, so it's just a really sad thing to see all these scabbards see their like leader again. But we just know that it can't be true, and we're not the only ones that don't believe it, because Ashura Doji immediately says, "Don't be fooled, everyone, like this is an imposter." It's a really sad panel where we see Kinemon's face and he's smiling, but you can see like the despair in his eyes, like he knows this is false and this isn't true. And I think that's really well done by Oda. And Raizo reminds everyone that Toki's devil fruit is only able to go forward in time. You can never go back, and everyone realizes that they saw Oden die that day, back when he was executed by Kaido and Orochi. Then the fake Oden starts to attack, and Ashura Doji starts to defend the scabbards, and then it turns out that this fake Oden was made by Kanjuro, who seems to still be alive out there, which is pretty bad of Kiku not to finish the job, but they say that your sword gets a little dull when you're fighting an ally. So I understand that. It's hard to take down your ally, so I can't blame Kiku too much. And then the fake Oden reveals that he has dynamite on him in a typical Pedro fashion, and he's about to explode. But Ashura Doji sacrifices himself, jumps out the window of the room that everyone's inside. He explodes. Who knows if he's alive? Pell survived, but Pedro didn't, so it's up to anyone. I think if we start seeing other red scabbards die, then maybe Ashura Doji's dead, but we'll have to see. But after that explosion, we see a few panels that Kanjuro is alive. He's jumping around, he's hopping around looking for Momonosuke, and I think if he fights Yamato, he's going to get his ass kicked. And then Jack appears, and he's all bruised and beat up, and Inuyarashi says he wants to take him down himself, so he stays behind, and Raizo stays behind as well, while all the other scabbards start to go out to look for Momonosuke to save him from Kanjuro. I don't think they know about Yamato helping him out, so I wonder how their interactions are going to work out. That's going to be interesting to see. And we get this great line between Jack and Inuyarashi here, where Jack is like, "There's no moonlight in here," and Inuyarashi can't turn to his Sulong form to defeat Jack because he's like saying he's too weak. But then Inuyarashi gets him back, saying there's no poisonous gas either. So I don't know how strong Inuyarashi is, but I think it'd be pretty awesome if he was the one to take down Jack. And then we find out that Orochi is still alive, which I believe was going to happen if Kanjuro was still alive. I thought Orochi was going to be alive as well. I think I said that in my last chapter review. And here he is, alive and well. I'm guessing his Orochi devil fruit allows him to have maybe multiple heads on his body, and you have to cut them all off in order to actually kill him. There's going to be something with his devil fruit for sure. But I'm happy Orochi's back. I wanted him to have a proper fight. With such a sick devil fruit, he needed to have some kind of fight. I don't know who he's going to fight though. Maybe Zoro, but it also looks like Zoro's a bit busy, and I'll talk about that later on in the chapter. But then we switch over to Momonosuke, Yamato, and Shinobu, and it looks like Momonosuke has returned back to his human form, and he's controlling his devil fruit a bit more. Then Yamato states that she's wondering how Luffy's doing, and Momonosuke's saying that he's worn out, but he's as high-spirited as ever. And Shinobu's like, "How do you know that?" And we know that Momonosuke is the voice of all things. We don't entirely know what that means. I think that was a pretty cool segue because we then get to see what's going on with Luffy and the rest of the worst generation. And they're getting their butts kicked pretty hard against Kaido and Big Mom. We finally get to see Kaido's hybrid form, and it looks pretty cool. It's pretty much what I expected it would look like. But that's how we end the chapter. We get this awesome spread of Kaido and Big Mom looking real menacingly. And the worst generation is planning to separate Big Mom and Kaido so they could even out the playing fields. So I wonder who's going to go against who. Maybe Luffy and Zoro versus Kaido and the other three against Big Mom. I think that would be pretty great. So I'm excited to see next chapter because we're probably going to get more of this fight. I just can't wait. So I actually really liked this chapter. I thought it was awesome. I'm really happy that both Kanjuro and Orochi are alive. I'm actually hoping for a Kanjuro backstory. I really want to understand him more and where he's coming from. He also states in the chapter that he's on his last legs and he's probably not going to survive the night. So I'm hoping that we get some sort of Kanjuro backstory. I'm curious if Inuarashi and Raizo are going to be able to take down Jack. I think it'd be awesome if Inuarashi did it to conclude the whole Zou arc. But I would also like to see, Sanji or someone take down Jack too. But we'll just have to see about that. But let me know what you thought of today's chapter in the comments below. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I just made a new TikTok, so please follow us on there. And please join the Discord if you want to talk about One Piece or any other anime. Take care, everyone.